Test Prep Pundits, a synonym for success, and a home to top 1% scores. Congratulations to Gutha Mandala for achieving SAT score 1570, Farah Khalil 1540, Kunal Varma 1510, and many more top 1% scores.
Join our 2 weeks of free SAT Premier Prep.
For high school grades 9 through 12, or middle school grades 7 through 8. Also win Visa gift cards. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us, 844-383-7844. Visit us, www.testpreppundits.com.
On her big day, she decides how it's going to be.
Get ready to make way for the brides of India.
With Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, Test Prep Pundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us, 844-383-7844.
తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం TTA ఆధ్వర్యంలో న్యూ జెర్సీలోని కన్వెన్షన్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పో సెంటర్లో మే 27, 28, 29, 2022 ఈ 3 రోజులు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ నిర్వహించనున్నారు. ప్రముఖ వ్యాఖ్యాత సుమా కనకాలతో పాటు మరెందరో సినీ రాజకీయ ప్రముఖులు విచ్చేయనున్నారు. అంతేకాదు ప్రముఖ గాయని గాయకులతో SPBకి ఘన నివాళి, కప్రిసియో బ్యాండ్ మరియు వైవిధ్యభరితమైన ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమాలు ఆహుతులను అలరించనున్నాయి. ఆటలు పాటలతో సినీ తారలు, బుల్లితెర నటీనటులు, జానపద కళాకారులు అందరికీ ఇదే మా సాదర ఆహ్వానం. ఫర్ మోర్ డీటెయిల్స్ ప్లీజ్ విజిట్ www.tdaconvention.org.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు మీరే. Tvasiatelugu ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello and welcome to yet another fantastic episode of our talk show with experts. మనతో ఉన్నారు మన expert Rahul Reddy garu. Rahul garu, thank you so much for being on the show today. Andy,
thanks for inviting me, garu.
Thank you, sir. This program has been brought to you by the Test Prep Pundits, home to the top 1% scores, and they're offering 2 weeks of free SAT prep for high school and for middle school students. Please visit their website for more details on the sign-up process. The program has been supported by Movers.com and Malabar Jewelers. Watch us on Yup TV, Facebook, YouTube, Sling TV, World BBTV, and Dish Network. All right, so coming to the topic for today. Very interesting topic. Kind of sad, but I don't know, we'll get to that. So Rahul garu, green card process, reality or illusion? Now, before you go ahead and answer it, I just want to clarify to people that it's about people who apply for the green card. And the question is, would they ever get the green cards? If not, then, what is the point of this process and, in the first place, and what's going to happen? So Rahul garu, please elaborate on that.
The people who are going to apply for the green card, as the law stands today, though, for Indian nationals, they're not going to get the green card in their lifetime. We don't know if the people in the past 3 years that have applied from 2019 to right now are going to ever get the green card. Okay. Now, the reason is that, as you know, Andy, there is only 7% limit that is there for Indian nationals.
Correct.
60% of the entire employment immigration comes from India, while only 7% of the green cards are allocated for the Indian nationals. So there's a limit there. Mm-hmm. In the employment-based non-immigrant visas, there is no limit. I mean, anybody can apply. Right. But when it comes to the green card, though, there is a limit. Only 7% of the people can be given if the quota gets filled out. Right. Now, we do have extra green cards that are available last year, out of which we used a lot of them, but they still wasted a lot of them. This year also, we have extra 140,000. All these extra 140,000 can be given to us.
Yeah.
So depending on how much adjudications or how many green cards that will be approved this year, which ends in September 30th of 2022, and also next year, because we're expecting extra 60,000 green cards, though, we can see the progress of the movements of the priority date. If they adjudicate less cases, there will not be much progress. If they adjudicate more cases, there will be more progress, though. But if the pandemic ends and as things go back to what it was in 2019, though, then what will happen is that the people who are applying for the green card right now are never going to get the green card in their lifetime, because the waiting list will be about 70 to 80 years. Most of them may or may not live to that long to get the green card. Now, having said that, Nitya Garu, I still advise all the people to apply for the green card, though. You may ask, why? Are you trying to make money? Yeah, first is I'm going to try to make money. To be honest, definitely, I'll make money on it because the reason I will make money on it, if these people will stay here on non-immigrant visa, I will make money, obviously. But if they complete their 6 years and they leave, then immigration lawyers don't make money, obviously. So to extend their H-1B beyond 6 years, though, you need to have an I-140 approval.
Okay.
And if you don't have that, I-140 approval, after 6 years, your chapter is closed and you move back to India. And then you have to apply for the lottery system and come back. But if you have the labor certification I-140 approved, you can extend the H-1B beyond 6 years. That's one of the reasons why I strongly recommend everybody in their first year of the H-1B, if possible, even on the OPT and STEM extension, you should start applying for the green card, though. Number 2 reason why you need to apply for the green card is that your spouse, if they are on H4 visa, they will get employment authorization if you have an I-140 or green card, I-140 approved, permanent I-140 approved, they will get an employment authorization. That's another reason why I want them to apply for the green card, not just to make the money. It was just a making fun thing that I was telling. The third reason is that they should apply for the green card is that you never know when things will change. Who expected pandemic to come in? I mean, you know, sometimes sky may fall down. People tell the stories, but sky fell down in March of 2020 when the whole world stopped. It was like pandemic came in. It was like a third world war in March of 2020 or April of 2020. So definitely that helped the Indian nationals who have been waiting for the green card. That helped them. There are bills that are pending, taking the per country limit off. There are provisions that we are recommending people to write letters to the congressman and also to the administration to not count the family members. If they stop counting the family members, things will turn around. So when the thing comes in, when the sky falls down, when the God comes in, okay, and when the God asks you the boon, you need to have the ticket.
Yes, I have everything ready and in order.
You need to have the I-140. So when the God comes in and then you say, no, I don't have the ticket. Sorry, the God will move to the next person, though. So when the sky falls or when the God comes in and when the God wants to give the green card and you don't have an I-140 approval, you in a great loss. So I definitely, first 2 reasons are very good. The third reason also very good too, because we have noticed, Nitya Garu, who expected priority date to go to January 1st, 2015? We all went wrong. All immigration, every immigration lawyer went wrong. So the priority date did move to 2015 from all the way to 2010 to 2015. 5 years it moved. Everybody threw off. So if something like that comes in, you need to have your labor and I-140 approval. So that's the reason also they need to. And here is my advice to the people who have not applied for the green card. This is where people ignore it. And believe me, we do conduct daily free conference calls. Every single day, DNPC conducts free conference calls. And they keep coming at 5 years and 11 months and 20 days. Then they go, Rahul, what to do right now? So there are not many solutions at that time, though. But if you are an H-1B or if you are an L1 also, I always advise people to apply for green card. They should start applying the green card immediately, though. Now, previously, they were like, okay, I will apply the green card in the 5th year or 6th year, I'm going to get it. Now what happened, Nitya Garu, is that the time process to apply for the green card has gone up very significantly.
Right.
Previously, prevailing wage was coming in 3 to 4 weeks. Right now, it's coming to 5 to 6 weeks. 5 to 6 months.
Okay.
So there is a time process to apply for the green card is very long right now. Since the time process is very long, it's better that you start as early as possible. Do not touch the 3-year mark. That's the thing that I tell people. Do not touch the 3-year mark. You touch the 3-year mark, you did not started proceeding with the green card, you are in great danger. You may not extend the H-1B beyond 6 years. Be careful on that.
Got it. Rahul Garu, I'm going to quickly play devil's advocate here and say that, okay, there are people from other nationalities and other countries. Now, they say that all these changes that are being proposed is mainly going to, be good for Indian immigrants, right? Now, they say that, hey, even we are going through the same process, so why should you guys be any special? Because every other country is on this one. So, why can't you follow the same regulation? So why is there such a push? I mean, I've actually had people ask me, like, we've come through the same policy, the same cap applies to us, the same number of people are just the ones that are allowed. So why should you guys be any different?
You mean to say Indians need to be any different?
Yeah, why should, Indian immigrants need to be any different from nationals of other countries.
At any time, our audiences, our TV Asia, our Radio Newman PCS never advocated that Indians should be ahead of the line though.
True.
All we advocated was only one thing. We should be treated equal to everybody else. So when we are telling them to remove the per country limit off though, we are not telling Indians to put ahead of everybody else. What we are telling is that give them the level field. Everybody should be treated equally. Whoever has applied first should get the green card. Nothing to do with the country, what color you are, what nation you are born in, should not be looked into it.
Mm-hmm.
We never advocated Indians should be given preference. Never. I never advocated that.
No. I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying that people generally tend to think that this only favors our people.
Let me answer. So they may say that these provisions are benefiting Indians.
Yeah.
Yes, these arguments were been, historically, these arguments were being made before. Women's rights were not there. If women's rights were being given, the men will be discriminated according to some of the men. So it's immoral, it's unethical. So women were being given. I mean, men have to rule at that point of time. If not enough good men were at that point of time, we would not have given rights to women. Same thing with the color of the person, though. We remember the civil rights movements when the things were there.
I don't disagree.
The colored people, in fact, my old boss, Mr. Alim, was telling that when he gets into the bus, he has to be at the back of the bus. He cannot be in the front of the bus.
Oh my God.
So now when anybody is telling that Indians should be discriminated, it is the same principle that why are we discriminating based on the birth of the person, though? If you're discriminating based on the merit of the person, though, that's definitely allowed. That's definitely allowed. But not on the birth. This guy has not done anything wrong, so they should not be discriminated. So all these provisions that we are advocating are wanting to have equal preference, no special preference to Indians.
Right. I think let me just rephrase my question. I probably didn't put it across well. The lady who asked me was asking it in a different way. She's basically saying that all these rules apply to all the countries' citizens that are coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So, just because there's many more people from your country, why is it that all of them should be awarded these, remaining green cards or whatever it is? And why can't they proceed on the same, pace that they are?
We want to proceed in the same fashion. We don't want any of the 7% limit on the country limit, though. We don't want anything saying that see, if it's a marathon, it's 26 miles.
Correct.
So you can't say that it's 1 mile for one person, but another for Indian nationals is 26 miles. Look at so we want that discrimination to be taken up. If it's a marathon, it's 26.2 miles for everybody, whether you're an African American, whether you're an Indian, it doesn't matter. Everybody is the same thing, whether you're whatever. So we want that discrimination to be taken, though. We don't want it. I mean, how can it be that for some reason it's only for 1 mile you win it? For Indian nationals, 26 miles.
26 miles.
Yeah, 26.2 months. Yeah. So definitely we want to be removed. We don't want everybody has to be treated equally. That's all.
Great answer, Andy. Thank you so much, Rahul Garu. I think
when people fought about women's rights or African Americans, all we wanted at that point of time was equal rights. We don't want any special rights to women. We just want them equal, just like Tom, Dick, and Harry. Same thing with African American and colored people in the civil rights movement too. Nothing different. They just have to be treated like everybody else.
So yeah, so I think one of the things that we're trying to do in a very non-aggressive way is by writing these letters that you're suggesting to these officers and congressmen and stuff like that. That is our passive civil rights movement, that we're doing here.
That is exactly, you're right, Nitya Garu. Now, this law of not discrimination unfortunately has to go through Congress though.
Right.
But while the Congress is not doing anything, it doesn't do any major legislation in the past 25 years on immigration. I want the administration to change its interpretation, and the letter has been provided. Everybody use it. If we get that practical, the discrimination will be removed. Everybody will be treated equally.
Excellent point, Andy. Rahul Garu. Thank you so much, Andy, for clarifying that. I am the host of the show, but I like playing devil's advocate at times, Mata. Okay, on that note, let's start moving on to our callers for today. Let's take our first caller for the day, Andy. All right, caller with phone number ending in 7267. Rahul Garu is ready for you. I remember the last time. Hello? Caller with phone number ending in 7267, Andy. We ready for you? All right, Rahul, first question for you. Yeah, first question for you, Andy. This is from Janwar Harish. He says, EB3, priority date is September of 2014. Got my renewed EAD with 2 years validity without an advance parole despite applying it together. Will my advance parole be processed separately? Will it also be valid for 2 years? And why is USCIS doing like this?
Good question. What he's telling is that his EAD is approved and his advance parole is not approved. This has been going on very common recently, only recently, Nitya Garu. It was not going on before though. We don't know though. When we inquired into it, this is an indication that we got that employment is very important. So they're adjudicating the EADs. This is not an official answer, but we got the information saying that because employment is important, travel is not important, is the information that we got it. We don't know if this practice is going to continue where people are going to receive EAD first and advance parole later on. We don't know yet whether it's going to be. But in the past 10 to 15 days though, there are a number of instances where the EAD is approved and advance parole is not approved. And I want people to be very cautious. Advance parole will be approved later on though, for sure. But Nitya, I want to be very careful with some of the people who are getting their EAD approval though. Here is what's going to happen. Remember, you went to travel to India and when you're coming back in advance parole, you're being put in a secondary room. You remember that, right?
Yes.
Now, back in those days, at that time for you though, they were giving a sheet of paper for advance parole. Okay, the EAD was a card and advance parole was a sheet
of paper.
That's now they are giving both the things on one card, EAD and advance parole. So if somebody only got an EAD, if they don't look into it whether there is an advance parole on it or not, and they travel to India to come back, they will not be allowed to come back.
True.
So people be careful when you're getting the EAD approval, as the gentleman was pointing out, look into it. Is the advance parole in there or it's not there? If it's not there, you cannot travel on EAD. Even though common myth, I traveled on EAD. No. It's not EAD. It's advance parole that you're traveling. Check it very carefully. I don't want you to go to India and cry from there. Look at here. Make sure that you have an advance parole on it. It will clearly mention to you that I-131 approval there on the EAD.
Got it.
If it's not, you should not travel on it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's go back to our caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 7267. Please press *6 to unmute your line. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Actually, yeah, I started a company using my EAD, and then I closed it again. Does that mean I used my EAD?
Did you work on that company anyway? Did the company is functional? What kind of company is it?
No, it is just LLC. I thought of using it, but later I realized I don't need it. So
No, that means that you have not used the EAD, sir. You're good. That means you have not used the EAD.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. And then, so another employer filed my GC in EB2. This EAD is under EB3. So if I want to switch to that employer, so can I just file fresh 485 through that employer, or do I have to file 485J?
You have both the options. You have both the options though. Pick 485J. You can do that. If you have not used the EAD, you can do the 485J supplement. If sorry.
Oh, okay. Which
let me take back. I'm sorry. Let me take back. If you have not used the EAD, you can do the 485J supplement or refiling it. If you have used the EAD, you'll be forced only to do the interfiling 485J supplement. Which one I suggest to use it? I want you to go back to the 4 weeks before or 5 weeks before where the video is. I want you to watch those videos and make a decision. If you still can't make a decision, give a coin to your wife, let her pick it. Okay, heads, interfiling, tails, 485J supplement. And if something goes very correct, I should get the credit because I suggested your wife's name. And if something goes wrong, we both will blame your wife. Okay?
Okay, got it. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And Rahul got a question for you. In the meantime, this is from Mav Cool M. Says, interfiling is hot topic now. What are the risks of leaving an employer within 180 days of interfiling? 2013 priority date, EB3 downgrade, October of 2020.
Okay. It's a good, interfiling definitely is a hot topic. Now, the question is that where did they have, Nitya, what they come up with is that after interfiling, they're saying that you should not leave the company for 180 days. That's a new provision. It was never there. We have been interfiling from before, from long period of time. And there's no provision after the 485J supplement that you have to stay with 180 days. Right. They bought this one. We don't know how they're going to interpret at this point of time. But I can tell you that there is a chance if they interpret it as they meant it, if you interfile and you don't get, you move out of the company within 180 days, you may not be able to gain the interfiling option. That means that you may not be able to gain the EB2 though. That is the worst that I'm thinking about.
Okay.
You still will be able to go with the 48, you still will be able to use the EB3, but you may not be able to use the EB2. That is the punishment. You may get it if you live within 180 days.
Got it. Okay. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 6022. We're ready for you? Hello?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, hi Rahul. Very good evening. My name is Naveen Kumar Gaud Palsa.
You said ready, so now you're saying Palsa. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So my question is like in the last 2021 December, so my current employer merged with another company. Okay. So my I-797 petition with the old employer. Okay. So as per my employer suggesting, like I'm planning to go to India this month stamping. Okay. Correct. So like I'm eligible for drop box. Okay.
Of course you are.
So if I go to the drop box, my old petition with my old employer. Okay. So like, is there any complication while stamping? Like they will ask
you got the H1B. You got the H1B with company A. Now you're working with company B. Company A and company B, there's a merger acquisition or something like that.
Correct,
you need to take the documentation how company A is now merged into company B. Okay.
Okay.
The HR will give a documentation for it. Normally, if it's like a company like Facebook, now they call it as Meta. It's fine. You can take the press release and then put it out there. They will know that. But if it's a smaller company, ABC Consulting Company now is called as XYZ Consulting Company. Why is it called and what happened in it? And where, so if you take the details of that information from HR may issue a letter why you're eligible for it, that you can still go for stamping with company B. You take that letter, attach with the H-1B approval, you will be in a good shape. And if you have not filled the DS-160 form, when you're filling the DS-160 form, I want you to fill it in this fashion, that the H-1B company is XYZ Inc. In bracket, you are going to put it formally known as ABC Inc. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So I have another doubt. Basically for Dropbox, they will not collect all the documents, right? They will take only I-797 copy, passport, and my photos. So
I want you to try to include this letter, that what I told you. If they don't let you include the letter, send an email to the consulate's general emails office with that letter, with your appointment number. They will make a note of it.
Okay, sure. Got it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in. All right. Let's take our next caller. And in the meantime, let's get on with the questions. Next question is from Surabhi Varma. One second, sir. Yeah. Surabhi Varma says, isn't it a contradiction that they're talking of corrective action on EB2 and availability of huge numbers? VB says corrective action in EB2 due to EB5. How does EB5 impact EB2?
Good question.
Yeah.
As everybody knows, that the amount of green cards that are being allocated for this year has doubled than last year. And all of those things, the people who are backlog countries, Indian nationals and Chinese nationals, are expected to get those things. Now, what is happening is that in the EB5, there are some changes in EB5 green cards, Nitya Garu. They have removed the regional centers. So they are not, most of the applications, EB5 green cards, were going through the regional center green cards. So since they removed the regional centers, so they are not adjudicating the green cards at all. So what happens with these unused green cards is that they will go to EB1.
Okay.
And then EB1 will not be used. They will come to EB2.
Oh, okay.
So we may get approximately 20,000, approximately 15,000 extra green cards in EB2. Then we have anticipated, which is at least we are 80,000 is already there. We may expect at least 15,000 more green cards in EB, coming from EB5.
Right.
So they need to account that too. So they need to move the dates much faster. These guys are not. But anyway, so that's what is not used by EB5 will eventually come to EB2. And that will happen this year itself, not next year.
Interesting, Andy. It's like watching Inception.
Yeah, it's definitely very complex. So the unused family immigration green cards of this year will come to next year's employment-based green cards.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not done yet. So now they will proportionately divide it based on the EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, EB5. EB1 gets normally 40,000. So whatever extra will proportionally fall into the EB1.
Okay.
Then EB2, 40,000 will end up proportionally, same thing. And same thing with EB3. Whatever is not used in EB1 will then fall to EB2.
Okay.
There is enough demand for EB2. There's no doubt, at least we have enough demand for EB2. So there may not be much spillovers to EB3, but there is a lot of expected spillover from EB1 to EB2. But there is certain things allocated to EB5. When they don't use the EB5, it goes to EB1, then comes to EB2, and goes to EB3. Did you not ever play the snake game in India? Where you remember You're a snake, ladder and snake, and snake eats it, comes down back, and then you climb up the ladder. Yes, it's the same thing.
Okay, yeah, it's a very bad version of it. It's so scary. All right, let's go to our caller. Caller with the phone number ending in 9076. Please press *6 to unmute your line. We're ready for you. Hello. Hello, sir.
Hello, Rahul Reddy garu and Nitya garu. Can you hear me?
Sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Sir, I downgraded in October 2020, and my I-140 approved and received advance parole, and my priority date is January 2014. So because of that 20 days delay, my kid's age is not locked.
Yike.
But if EB2 becomes current, if I do an interfile with I-485J, will that lock the kid's age?
No, because the interfiling is not a guaranteed process. It's a discretionary process, though. So I definitely want yourself to maintain the non-immigrant status. And when the time comes, though, even though it could, the 485J could lock, okay? But you don't want your child's life on the dialogue of could. You want something that must, it should. So I want you to refile the entire 485 application. That's one thing. How old is your child, though?
My child is 19-year-old.
I want you to do one thing here, though. I want you to withdraw the I-140 of EB2 and refile it, though. Why? Because I want to make money. No, not exactly true.
Okay.
Do you understand why? Because how long it took I-140 to be approved for EB2?
EB2 actually just 2 weeks.
Okay, so I want you to withdraw the I-140 of EB2. I want you to refile the I-140 right now in normal processing and do not convert it to premium processing. It will take 2 years for you to get the I-140 approval. Okay? And then you are delaying your child's age, and you know the rules, is that right? CSPA and all those things. You understand the principle of why I want you to withdraw it and refile it.
Yeah. So the only reason he want to use EAD for internship this summer. So that's the only way.
No. I would want you to consult a lawyer. I'm not telling that he should not. I know what are the opportunities that the child will be missing. Maybe, and you know that the child will get married to the adjustment of status in EAD. We can always resurrect it by by converting into F1 and H4, but I want you to consult a lawyer and have your child with when you speak with the lawyer.
But if I use say EAD and we go back to Mexico and come back, will he become H4, correct again?
It's not that easy as much as you said. There are many other things that are attached to it, though. Okay.
Looks like a longer conversation.
Let's have a consultation with the lawyer. That'll be much better. Okay. But with regards to the withdrawing the I-140 and refiling it, don't even think about it. Do it.
Okay.
Next.
Okay, then thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. All right, let's take our next caller, Andy. And question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Vinod BV. It says, why USCIS is not adjudicating for both primary and derivative at the same time? Recently issued GC-EADs were received only for primary.
They are unicorns. The USCIS officers have no logic, no sense, nothing at all. Absolutely. There is nothing else, no logical explanation. I mean, you're filing wife and husband. Why are you just giving a green card to the husband and not to the wife? Why are you giving EAD to that? The whole applications are together. Open it. Some things is what is happening is that there are some new officers who don't know what to do, and that's the reason why we are noticing that they're adjudicating the primary applicant and they're forgetting the dependent. It definitely is not a good thing, but we don't have much corrective action that we can do right now. This is very unprecedented. It didn't used to. Previously, this kind of incident used to happen only less than 1% of the time. Right now, we are noticing about 10 to 20% of the time, where they adjudicate one person in the family, but not the other people in the family.
Interesting. Rahul Garu, I think I have a suggestion, Andy. every one of us who got green cards or citizenship, then, maybe we should just, go ahead and join USCIS and start becoming officers so we can adjudicate applications faster.
We have, when I look into the USCIS officers though, the amount of officers that are from Indian origin are very, very, very less though. Very, very less. When you go into the IT profession though, yeah, you see all of them, but we don't see them in the USCIS. Yeah, it is a sacrifice people need to make, especially we have grown up our kids like, kid, become a software engineer, make a lot of money. Maybe we need to change it a little bit to get these people to service oriented, join the government, be a part of the government, and try to make some changes there too.
Yeah, I think especially like Gen 2 children who are here, I think they have to be given that sense of a social responsibility that we're not here immigrants anymore. You guys are kids of this country.
We need to be part of the country and need to become the part of USCIS too.
Yeah. All right. Awesome, Andy. Hey, folks, stay tuned. Do not go anywhere.
Before you go, sometimes what happens is that, that's a dark side, okay? You don't want to send your child to the dark side, some side. Just a caution though, okay?
Yes. Just a caution, if you're sending them, make sure they're carrying lots of torch lights and batteries also. Okay. All right, folks, we'll be back after a short commercial break and we'll continue with our callers. Thank you.
Test Prep Pundits, a synonym for success, and a home to top 1% scores. Congratulations to Gautam Mandala for achieving SAT score 1570, Farah Khalil 1540, Kunal Varma 1510, and many more top 1% scores.
Join our 2 weeks of free SAT Premier Prep.
For high school grades 9 through 12, or middle school grades 7 through 8. Also win Visa gift cards. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us, 844-383-7844. Visit us, www.testpreppundits.com.
On her big day, she decides how it's going to be.
Get ready to make way for the brides of India.
With Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, Test Prep Pundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us, 844-383-7844.
తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం TTA ఆధ్వర్యంలో న్యూ జెర్సీలోని కన్వెన్షన్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పో సెంటర్లో మే 27, 28, 29, 2022 ఈ 3 రోజులు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ నిర్వహించనున్నారు. ప్రముఖ వ్యాఖ్యాత సుమా కనకాలతో పాటు మరెందరో సినీ రాజకీయ ప్రముఖులు విచ్చేయనున్నారు. అంతేకాదు ప్రముఖ గాయని గాయకులతో SPBకి ఘన నివాళి, కప్రిసియో బ్యాండ్ మరియు వైవిధ్యభరితమైన ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమాలు ఆహుతులను అలరించనున్నాయి. ఆటలు పాటలతో సినీ తారలు, బుల్లితెర నటీనటులు, జానపద కళాకారులు అందరికీ ఇదే మా సాదర ఆహ్వానం. ఫర్ మోర్ డీటెయిల్స్ ప్లీజ్ విజిట్ www.tdaconvention.org.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ.
Welcome back to the show. We're back on with our callers. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 9707. We're ready for you now. Please press *6, Andy, to unmute your line. 9707. Hello?
Yeah. Hi, Andy, Nitya Garu and Rahul Garu.
Hi,
my question is, I am on H4. Yeah, hi. I am on H4, and if I travel to India and come back using my AP, will my H4 EAD will be still valid or invalid?
You don't have an EAD. You got an advance parole. You don't have an EAD.
I do. I got that too.
So you will be
right now I am.
You will be on 485 EAD. You'll be on 485 EAD once you come back.
Okay. So H4 EAD will not be valid, correct?
That's right. That is right.
Okay. So if I go to Mexico or some other country and come back, like entering with H4 status, will that H4 EAD become valid that time?
That will become valid then.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep. Okay.
After using AP2, correct?
That's right. You're right, ma'am.
Okay. If I can come back to US from India using AP, and if I go to Mexico and come back with H4 status, my EAD will be valid that point.
That is
H4.
right. That is right. That is right.
Okay. Okay, sir. That's what. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling, Andy.
Nitya, remember I told you a joke that the guy was traveling in a bus and he purchased 2 tickets. One he put in the front pocket, and the second one he put in the backpack. So somebody asked him, why did you purchase 2 tickets? He said, if I lose 1 ticket, I have another ticket. And this guy asked the question, hey, what if you lose the 2 tickets? This guy says, you think so I'm mad? I have bus pass. So people, I don't know. I mean, they need to consolidate and then start giving money to the people. And I personally wouldn't have been bothering about H4 though. And I did not though. I just moved on to the EAD. But that's fine. What can I do? I tell people, but make money. Why not?
Yeah.
I should.
Yes. Anyway, I can't stop laughing. All right, let's take our next caller. In the meantime, I have a question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Anu. Sorry. Anu says, I am working on H4 EAD. Employer is filing my H1B. Planning to go to India in July or August. If H1 is selected and approved, do I take stamping appointment under H1 status or can I do it under H4?
You should do it H4 because July and August, you will not have, if you're planning to come back in July and August, though, you cannot come back on H1B though. The reason is that your H1B starts on October 1st.
Yeah, okay.
And the other thing, what I advise people is when they are applying for a change of status, they should not travel outside the country between April and October though. The reason, Nitya Garu, is if you travel outside the country while the change of status is pending though, you are considered to abandon the change of status application. Okay. That's one reason. Second reason is that you will not be technically counted toward the H1B number unless you have a H1B valid with the I-94. And the H1B is only valid until from October onwards though. Right. Okay. So I would recommend this person to wait until October 1st and then travel. That would be in their best interest. But otherwise, they travel and they come back, they have to file the H1B again to be counted towards a number. And if the same company files the H1B though, they don't have to go in the lottery system, but they still have to file one more H1B, one more filing fees, and good for the immigration lawyers.
Yes, that house seems to be happening really fast.
I mean, look at the previous girl and look at this girl. I mean, they're all wanting to benefit immigration lawyers and benefit themselves. But if they want to benefit themselves, they should travel after October 1st.
Pedda manasulandi manvi, All right, let's go to our next caller. Caller with phone number ending in 7176. Andy, we're ready for you. Hello?
Hello, Nitya Garu. Hello, Rahul.
Hello, sir.
My name is Murali. Yes. Sir, I have a couple of questions. So last year we downgraded our application and 2 days back we received our advance parole and EAD. My wife is planning to go to...
say in October of 2020.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not
so
last
2 days
year,
back.
that's okay. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 2020. Yeah.
No problem. Yeah.
Yeah. We received our AP and EAD. So my wife wants to travel to India and she wants to stay there for 3 months. So staying 3 months outside the country on an AP, is that okay, sir?
I generally recommend 3 months is fine. Anything more than that, you need to consult a lawyer. Since she's staying 3 months, I don't see any problem.
Yes, sir.
And what's your
what's
your priority date? What's your priority date?
November 2014, sir.
Okay. Good. You were speaking something. I interrupted you.
November 2014 is my priority.
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
So she can travel 3 months. I don't see any problem.
Yeah. Yes, sir. She comes back within 3 months. And if she stay for 6 months, again, can she go for another 3 months, sir?
She can.
Yeah. That's it, sir.
Absolutely no problem.
Thank
And can you check the EAD has advance parole on it? Make sure that you check that.
Yes, it has. Yeah,
Okay,
it has,
you're
sir.
good.
I checked.
She's good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for answering.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next
Everybody
caller.
who's listening to this one, guys, check
Yes,
your
sir.
EAD, please, if you are on, and check it has an advance parole or not, please. Sorry, Nitya, interrupted.
No,
you. Go
sir.
ahead.
No problem. All right, sir. Let's take next caller. And in the meantime, I have a question. This is from Kumar K. Says, my own employer says they have withdrawn the I-140 after I left the company. What is the best way to verify if they have indeed withdrawn it?
There is something called Freedom of Information, FOIA, USCIS. Type this in Google. It will lead to a website for the USCIS, and you can fill that information. It takes 10 minutes for you to fill it. It's online. It's free. And once you fill, it may take anywhere between 3 weeks to 6 weeks. You'll get an I-140 petition. In there, it clearly tells when it's been withdrawn.
Okay. Awesome, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Caller with phone number ending in 1368, Andy. We're ready for you. Hello?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay. Thanks for taking my call. My priority date is January 2013. I'm in EB2. And I filed my 485 along with my wife in January 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And I was expecting the...
sorry, you filed 485 for your wife in Jan 2022.
For me and for my wife both in Jan 2022.
Okay. And this
Okay,
priority
because
date
that
of January 2013 is EB2 or EB? I'm assuming it's EB2.
EB2. EB2
Okay,
straight, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
So now my wife, she is in India. She is there for H4 stamping and for other, she didn't visit her, so she wanted to visit. And now we got biometric appointment. And we are not expecting her H4 passport to come back before the biometric appointment. So if I rescheduled by telling them that she is in India, will it be considered a valid reason for rescheduling?
That's definitely a valid reason. She's fine. She's stuck there. So she doesn't have a visa to come back. That's a valid reason to do it.
Okay. Yeah. So thanks. And for biometric, I also received biometric. So should I also reschedule mine or I should reschedule with her, my also?
No, I would want you to go and I want her biometrics to be rescheduled.
Because that will not create any trouble for interview, right? Later on when interview call comes, because mine is processed and her is processed later on.
You have to see, I generally recommend people not to miss the biometrics under any conditions. If she had a visa, I would tell her to come on a business class and go back. It's what rather than dealing with immigration lawyers. But the problem is her stamping is not coming through, right? So she doesn't have an option. So I have to take one of the bad options here. Should I have both the people not go? Should I have only one person not go? This is a judgment call I'm making. I would want you to go and not have her postponed rather than postpone both the people.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And one other thing that I want you to, once your wife comes back into United States, even if she doesn't have an appointment, take the biometrics appointment, let her go. Most of the people will allow her to attend, take the biometrics. Some of the people don't. But you will not be in a loss by her going there. They won't punish her. They won't do anything bad to her.
Okay.
Got it?
So you don't have to wait for your date when she's back to directly go.
I would take her to the biometrics and see if they take it. If they take it, you're good. If they don't, that's fine. You wait for the biometric appointment.
Okay. And I received for 765 for EAD for 485, but not for 131 yet. So shall I call them and ask for that appointment? Because I don't know.
No, the same biometrics will be used for everybody, every application. You don't have to do anything for it, okay?
Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for calling. And let's take our next caller, Andy. And question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Mahidhar Strujan. Says, my priority date is November 2012. EB2 485 and 485J status change to continuation notice was mailed. Notice was mailed wondering what it could be. We have 3 485 applications filed EB2 in November 21, EB3 downgrade July 21, spouse EB3 October of 2020.
Oh, okay. He has filed 3 485 applications.
Yes.
Remember the bus tickets?
Yes.
Okay. Definitely, he wants to get as fast as possible. People don't care about the money right now, which makes sense for them to do it. I'm not opposing what they're trying to do.
Right.
We don't know. We have observed this continuation recently, Nitya Garu, in several of the people. This is not the first gentleman that I'm telling. It probably doesn't mean anything at this point of time. He's fine. He doesn't need to do anything on it. Is he expected to get any notice from USCIS? No. No notice is expected to come from USCIS.
Okay. Okay. All right, Andy, let's take our next caller. Caller with number ending in 7155. We're ready for you. *6, Andy, to unmute your line. *6 to unmute your line. Hello? Caller with number ending in 7155, Andy. Hello? Hello? Please press *6, Andy, to unmute your number. Yeah.
Hello, are you able to hear me now?
Hi, ma'am. Yes, we can hear you now.
Hi, thank you so much, Nitya ma'am and Rahul sir, for guiding us through. I just have a question. Like, I applied for my H4 EAD and H4 concurrently last month, and I received a notice. And in the notice, it says that I'll be eligible, like it says for C26 category or anything like that. It says it's like I can extend my EAD, like I qualify for 180-day extension. So will I qualify for 180-day extension, or do I need to travel to Mexico or any country for getting my I-94 extended? Because my category is...
Your category is C26? Sorry? What is your category?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's C26.
When is your H4 expiring?
It is expiring by June 5th.
No, ma'am. You do not have an extension beyond June of 2022. And you know the way to go to Mexico. You have heard us TVHS, right? You know how to do that, right?
Okay. Okay. So I'll have to just...
Even though your notice may read that you're eligible for 180 days, no, you're not. Only if you do what he's told you in the TV Asia to fly, have margarita and come back. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So I just got confused with the notice, so I just wanted to make clear. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We said have the margarita after getting there, not before that itself. No?
Yeah, it's a purposeful visit.
Ma'am, thank you so much for calling today. Okay.
You'll be very surprised, Nitya Garu. A lot of our audiences are better than at least 30% of the immigration lawyers. They have all this knowledge. They do. And say that we can do premium processing even if we have did the downgrade applications. We can do the downgrade with new applications with these 180 days. You'll be very surprised. They're teaching the immigration lawyers. They call me into the conference call and they tell, we are telling our immigration lawyers they don't understand it. You have so many good results. Tell them.
Yeah, no, that is indeed the case, and I have learned so much by coming on this show, because the questions they ask also is like, oh my God, I didn't even know you could do that, So, we are finding little tunnels and other ways and means to get through to this, but it's amazing. I love the approach that our folks have on Mata. All right, let's go to our next caller, Andy. But in the meantime, there's a question for you. Annie says, just received my EB3 downgrade EAD, but I-140 not approved yet. H4 extension is pending. Can I use this EAD to renew my Texas driver's license without getting married to it?
Absolutely, you can. When you use it, you are not getting married to the EAD.
Okay. All right, Annie, let's move on to our next caller, Andy. Caller with number ending in 6766. We're ready for you. *6, Andy, to unmute your line. Hello? *6 to unmute your line. Caller with phone number ending in 6766. Hello, sir?
Yeah, how are you? How are you, and how is Rahul?
We're fantastic, sir. How are you?
Good. Okay. I have everything done except the priority date current.
Final
August 2014. Yeah, final action date. And it is in straight EB3. So I was wondering, is there any possibility of interfiling or anything to transfer it to EB2?
Well, you don't have an EB2 approval. You're a straight EB3 guy. Do you have EB2?
Right. No, I don't have EB2.
Okay. If you want to, I would suggest you can't move it to EB2 if you don't have an EB2. However, though, if you want to, though, you can have your employer file a labor and I-140 again. Get an EB2 approval and keep it ready, though.
And is it advisable, given the date, the timelines it's taking for the labor and everything?
If I were you, I would invest in it. At the most, though, it may not be useful, but it does not harm you under any condition. Okay.
And yeah, okay. And the other question is the current EAD and AP what I have received was for 1 year. So how soon we can apply for renewal if we are just shipping it?
When is it expiring?
That is, I think so, Jan
of 2023. You can apply 6 months in advance, so you can apply in July of 2022. And please note, everybody, guys, please apply for EAD and Advance Parole 175 days, somewhere around that, though. Don't go close to the expiration. So that's about the time. Not 181 days, but 175 days is what I advise people. I don't know how to calculate. Technically, it's 180 days, but if you go a little bit wrong in the calculation, they will take your application, they may deny it, but it's 175 days before you apply for the EAD extension. That will be somewhere in July, though. Okay?
And we can do it on our own, right? No need to contribute to your mentions.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a very hard rocket science to do it, though. It's up to you if you want to use a lawyer or not, but it's not very hard to do it.
Sir, you can contribute to my mention if you want. That's fine.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, let's move on to our next caller. And I have a question, Andy, for you. This is from Himanshu Patel. He says, sir, my priority date is June 2014. Approved I-140, EB3, got EAD and AP. Dependent son's current age is 15. Should I move to EAD or should I continue on my H-1B? We've also filed a 485 in November of 2020.
Wow. I would not move. Though. This is June 2014.
Yes.
One other thing that it may be looked into to see is that because that's a 6-year wait period for him, though. We can always convert the entire family back into H-1B, H-4 also. Nitya Garu. So waiting, here is the thing, if it's only 1-2 years, maintaining H-1B is easier, is that right? If it's 6 years, maintaining H-1B is feeding to this particular...
Correct, yeah.
So there are ways to get back. Even if you're married to the adjustment of status, you can always divorce and get back to the H-1B by filing H-1B again, though.
Right.
So he probably need to evaluate it to see what are the costs involved in maintaining the H-1B. What are the, I mean, not cost exactly. I mean, what is it going to cost for the family? Because every time you have to get the stamping, get the H-1B, every time you move to a location, you have to file an amendment. And is it worth that, or should you move on getting married to the EAD? Right. And if by any chance it doesn't become current though, by the time the kids become 21, you can always move back to H-1B and H-4 by filing H-1B and going to the stamping and come back. He may have to consider both the options and decide what he wants to do.
Right. So, sir, it sounds like he also probably needs to have a consult with an attorney.
Probably,
just to, get different options.
If it's straight 2 or 3 years, I will tell people to maintain the H-1B. If it's 6 years, that's a very long period.
Yeah.
To feed the immigration lawyers, that long is not a good, may not be a good thing.
Your mansion will be ready, Andy. Okay, Himanshu sir, if you're watching this, I think a consult is in order. All right, let's move on to our next caller, Andy. Caller with number ending in 7075. We're ready for you. Please press star 600 to unmute your line. 7075. Hello? Hello? Okay, maybe we could put this caller on hold and proceed to the next caller, Andy. Meantime. All right, caller with the phone number ending in 1304. We ready for you? Hello? Hello? Caller with phone number ending in 1304, Andy. I will just give this person a minute. And Rahul Garu, there's a question for you. This is from Matt Pitt. He says, I have a job offer from employer B in a different field, which is a similar job but different. I will only move to employer B after both H1 approved in PP. But my concerns are following. Will I be able to maintain my priority date as the field is different and job will be slightly different? Number two is how much time will I have?
He didn't file the 485, right? What is his priority date? Yeah.
He says he didn't mention a priority.
Yeah, he didn't file based on I assume that he didn't file the 485. I just want to say this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he says, how much time will I have to file the new PERM and I-140?
Okay. Do you know, did he set the priority date though? No, he did not.
No, he didn't mention a priority date. Yeah.
There is no time limit where he can file the PERM and I-140 with a new company to retain the old priority date. It could be 1 year afterwards. It could be 2 years afterwards. It could be 10 years afterwards. There's no time limit. The other question that he asked is that if he has not filed the 485, which I'm assuming, if he has only filed I-140 with company A, is moving to company B, does the company B profession has to be the same? No, it does not have to be. If your initial profession is a lawyer like me, and now you're moving into IT profession, you can port the date from one company to another company. It doesn't have to be same profession. The reason why we tell that it has to be only in similar profession is only if you have filed the 485 application and you're moving from company A to company B, then you have to be in the same profession. But if it's only I-140 you're reporting, no requirement that you should be in the same profession.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Thank you, Andy. Let's take our caller. Caller with phone number ending in 1304. We're ready for you. Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hi, ma'am. Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello, Rahul Garu and Nitya Garu. Namaste Andy. Na priority date వచ్చి July 2013. Hit age 15. EB2 to EB3 downgrade అయ్యింది December 2020.
July 2013.
That is correct.
And you downgraded from EB2 to EB3, okay?
Yes, both I-140s are approved.
I-140 is approved, okay. When was I-140 for EB3 approved?
July of 2021, before my date got current. My date got current in September of 2021.
Oh, September it got current, okay.
Yes. Kid age was for sure locked under EB3 category.
Absolutely, it is locked. How old is your kid now?
So, 15.
Okay, he's locked. Okay.
Yes. So, obviously, application వెళ్ళి టెక్సస్లో కూర్చుందండి. ఇంతవరకు ఏ అప్డేట్ లేదు. బయోమెట్రిక్స్ నథింగ్, జీరో. వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారో లేదో కూడా డౌటే, అసలు పని చేస్తున్నారని. సో క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే, లైక్ ఇప్పుడు EB3 నుంచి EB2కి ఇంటర్ఫైల్ డేట్ కరెంట్ అయ్యాక చేస్తే EB2 అండ్ EB3 రెండు ఉన్నట్ట, లేకపోతే ఓన్లీ EB2నే ఉన్నట్ట?
We can assume that if we don't know if the interfiling is successful or not. It's a discretion of the officer to have the interfiling to be successful or not. We don't know. But once they convert once it's been successful, they do the changes in EB2, after interfiling. Then it will be EB2, not EB3. In your case, your priority date is July 2013, is right?
That's correct.
So right now it's May 1st of 2013. I would definitely not interfile right now because we may be unlocking your child. Okay. But once the final action date becomes current for the EB2 and the child is still under 21, I would file the EB2 485J for you.
That means you want me to do the interfile once the date becomes current, so that kid will be still locked.
That will be still locked, because if you're EB3, if they don't move it to EB2, you're fine. The child is locked. If you move to EB2 also, you're locked.
Oh, okay. Date current eppudaithe aipotundo,
I advised the other person, previous person, to refile the entire application though, instead of interfiling. But in your case, it's different, because in the previous guy, the priority date was 2014. The child was never locked under EB3. Now he is filing an EB2 in the interfiling. I don't know whether it's going to get success or not. So I told him to refile the entire application. In your case though, I don't see a reason to absolutely refile your application. You can interfile it because the child will be fine either way.
Okay, perfect అండి. నేను ఈ ఆన్సర్ కోసమే చూస్తున్నాను, ఐడియల్ వే ఏంటి అని. న్యూ అప్లికేషన్ ఎందుకంటే మా ఎంప్లాయర్ బట్టి మళ్ళీ నా అప్లికేషన్ మళ్ళీ అప్లికేషన్ టెక్సస్కి వెళ్ళి కూర్చుంటది.
You never know. మీ కర్మ కాలితే మళ్ళీ
అంటే మా ఎంప్లాయర్ చెప్పడం మన అప్లికేషన్స్ అని టెక్సస్ లొకేషన్ అన్నారు, కనెక్టికట్ అన్నమాట మా ఎంప్లాయర్. అందుకని
downgrade applications ended up in, most of them ended up in Texas and some of them in Nebraska. అది మీ కర్మ, దానికి ఏం చేయలేం మనం.
ఓ మై గాడ్, వద్దులేండి. ఒకటే అండి, ఇప్పుడు డేట్ కరెంట్ అయిపోయింది, ఫైనల్ యాక్షన్ డేట్. EB3 నుంచి EB2కి ఇంటర్ఫైల్ చేస్తే ఇప్పుడు బయోమెట్రిక్స్ ఏమీ రాలేదు. నేను మెడికల్స్ అయితే సెప్టెంబర్ లో డేట్ ఎప్పుడైతే కరెంట్ అయిందో ఇంటర్ఫైల్ చేసేసాను మెడికల్స్ అప్పుడే.
There is nothing you can do right now. All you can do is that Gala Deepam Betti Namaskaram Betti. There is nothing else you can do.
Okay, Andy. At least I got good clarity. Inshallah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Andy.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller, and Rahul got a question for you. Sai Lakshmi Nageshwari Sri Ram says, I would like to know, when we step out of USA due to H-1B max out, whether I should apply for a new H-1B before the 12-month period, or should I apply only after 12 months? And also, is there a possibility?
I didn't get the question.
Yes, I would like to know, when we step out of USA due to H-1B max out, as to whether I should apply for a new H-1B. I'm assuming that is the max out period. Should I be applying for the new H-1B before the 12-month period gets over, or
I got the point.
Apply only after? Yeah.
I got the point.
And there's a second part to her question, and she says, is there a possibility that we can apply for PERM while staying outside of USA?
That second part is the first answer that I wanted to give. Absolutely. You can file the PERM application while you're outside the country though. You can have the I-140 approval and get back into the country without subject to the lottery. And I want you to make more efforts on the second part though. The first part question is that, can you file the application before the 1 year period? That means that this particular person is leaving the country after completing almost 6 years of the H-1B.
Correct.
So they have to wait for 1 year outside the country before they apply.
Right.
So the question is, does a lottery system when you apply in March 1st to March 28th consider to be an application? No, it's not considered to be an application. Only when you apply to the immigration, and not on October 1st, though, unfortunately, though. Because lottery system will be March to March 20th. They will be given until June 30th to apply. And October 1st is the start date. So the 1 year need to be completed before they physically file the application to the immigration. That is between April 1st and June 30th.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 3963. We're ready for you. 3963, Andy. Hello? Please press star 6, Andy. Yeah, hi. Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi. Thank you, Mr. Rahul and Ms. Nitya, for allowing us to answer you, question you for our queries. It's a great opportunity as well. My question is my I-140 got approved on February 10th, 2022, which is just about last couple of weeks ago. And we are waiting on my spousal H4 EAD approval as well. But meanwhile,
what is the priority date? What is the priority date? What is the priority date?
Priority date June 2020.
Okay.
Okay. And I wanted to know what would be our next steps so that we go in a correct plan.
First of all, when is the H4 expiring?
2024.
Yeah, you already applied for the EAD for your wife. So
yes,
what do you mean? What?
Yes.
So what do you mean by what plan?
For the continuation of this I-485, when should we apply the I-485? Because I-140 is already approved right now, right? So what is the next step?
You and your wife are born in India, is that right?
Yes, correct.
Unless a miracle happens, you're not filing the 485.
I know it's going to take a long time, but is there any problem? Any chance of expediting the process, anything which we can do?
Yeah, keep observing our TV Asia, okay? Keep writing the letters that we are putting an attachment at the bottom of the link. Our TV Asia guys do that. And keep writing the letters. And you are in a correct path. You already got your I-140 approval. You got your wife's EAD approved. There are a couple of suggestions that I will. It will be, you applied for EAD, it will be approved pretty soon. The couple of suggestions that I've used that your H-1B is expiring in 2024. Always get the extension done before the I-94 expires. Do it in premium processing. I want you to spend the money if needed to. Because if by any chance you get any denial or anything like that, you can always extend it. I want, just watch the previous video that I saw. We did it on our dear ex-president Trump. You may get some tips there because not everything goes green at all times though. So you may want to follow that. If you're working for a consulting company, you may want to consider moving to a full-time company though. That's another thing that you can think about. And keep writing letters to the congressman because that's all you can do right now to get your priority date faster to a place where you get to file the 485.
Okay. So only once our date becomes prior, only then we'll be able to apply for the 485, right?
You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
And that may take a lifetime for you because that's June 2020. Unless a miracle happens or unless the advocacy things that we are doing are successful, the TV Asia is successful, it's going to take a lifetime for you to get a green card.
Okay. Another just one question, Andy. We have got our H-1B and H-4 approval as well, only in US, but we don't have our stamping. So do you suggest us to go to India to get it stamped? Or is there any complication you think?
You don't have to go there for stamping. If you're going there, you go get the stamping. But do you need, for you to stay in United States, to work in United States, to eventually get the green card, do you have to go there and get the stamping? Absolutely not required. I personally myself, until I was on H4, I never went outside the country until I got the green card. Even though my wife changed the company, I never went out. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller, and Rahul got a question for you. This is from D1. Says, my wife has been documentarily qualified since August of 2020. I am a US citizen. If she applies for a student visa because we had plans that she will study, what are the chances that she will be granted the visa?
Very nil. Very absolutely nil. He's speaking about the wife is stuck in India, I guess. Yeah, very nil. Because the intention of the person should be only to come here to study in the United States. Once they are married to a US citizen and you already filed for the I-130 and it's in the process though, I would not even want her to apply for a student visa itself because I don't know if any wrong statement she is going to make might actually hit with the misrepresentation and may bar forever though. I don't know if DS-160, they give it to some outside person, they don't know how to fill it out and they fill very wrongly, it's going to affect. So definitely not a good idea to even apply for F1 visa.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 3936. We're ready for you. Please press star 600 to unmute your line. 3936. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, ma'am?
Hi, Rahul garu.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
Yes. We are a family of 4. My husband is the primary. We applied for our 485 I-765 in September, and it's in Texas. So a month
September
ago,
2021.
I called you because I'm a healthcare. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So a month ago, I called you because I'm a healthcare worker, and you suggested confidently to go ahead and request an expedite. I just want to let you know that I requested an expedite, and I got it approved yesterday. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for letting us know.
Yeah, I just want to let you know. And also, they approved my son, who is 17-year-old. They approved his EAD and AP too. Now my question is, my daughter and my husband are still pending. Is there any way they would approve my daughter? She's 20 years old. She has a good internship opportunity waiting.
You can try, but don't use the same healthcare contact information. You can try otherwise, but nothing else that I can suggest you. Okay?
Okay. So, but since my son is approved, so they won't consider her.
Just because your son is approved, just because you are approved, has nothing to do with your daughter though, because they approved yours because you are a healthcare person. Somebody saw the son there and they attached it. I don't know why they didn't attach the daughter, but there is nothing much you can do about it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Rahul, for your suggestion.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for calling in. All right, folks, I know we have so many more questions coming in on the live chat, and there's an insane amount of people waiting on the phone lines, waiting to talk to you, Rahul garu, but unfortunately, we're all out of time today. But do not go anywhere. Stay tuned because we will be back same time, same place next week. Rahul garu, thank you so much, India, as always, for being on the show and saying it like it is.
Thank you, Nitika.
Even if it means 𝐀𝐓𝐓𝐻𝐿 or whatever it is, you're able to tell people, the truth. So which is
sorry enough the bad languages. I didn't mean it. It was a joking purposes only.
No, it is, and I think I speak for all our viewers also when I say this, that it is one of the shows where it's a little more lighthearted. We're not too serious about it, but at the same time, people do get a lot of the information that they need, and we always hope to keep you all entertained while make sure that you're informed about everything immigration and matter. So on that note, thank you so much, Andy. We'll see you all next week. Until then.
Test Prep Pundits, a synonym for success, and a home to top 1% scores. Congratulations to Gutha Mandala for achieving SAT score 1570, Farah Khalil 1540, Kunal Varma 1510, and many more top 1% scores.
Join our 2 weeks of free SAT Premier Prep.
For high school grades 9 through 12, for middle school grades 7 through 8. Also win Visa gift cards, contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us 844-383-7844. Visit us, www.testpreppundits.com.
Darling, daring, andala rasi, mallipuvu, lanti sukumari. Darling, darling, daring, andala rasi, mallipuvu, lanti.
On her big day, she decides how it's going to be.
Get ready to make way for the brides of India.
With Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Are your kids aiming for top Ivy League colleges? Are your kids aiming for top 1% scores in SAT or ACT? What is the biggest hurdle? English. To have a strong foundation in English, Test Prep Pundits presents long-term SAT, ACT English program with robust curriculum and experienced teachers. For grades 6 through 10, just $80 a month. Contact us, info@testpreppundits.com, or call us 844-383-7844.
తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం టీటీఏ ఆధ్వర్యంలో న్యూ జెర్సీలోని కన్వెన్షన్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పో సెంటర్ లో మే 27, 28, 29, 2022 ఈ 3 రోజులు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ నిర్వహించనున్నారు. ప్రముఖ వ్యాఖ్యాత సుమా కనకాలతో పాటు మరెందరో సినీ రాజకీయ ప్రముఖులు విచ్చేయనున్నారు. అంతేకాదు ప్రముఖ గాయని గాయకులతో ఎస్పీబీకి ఘన నివాళి, కప్రిసియో బ్యాండ్ మరియు వైవిధ్యభరితమైన ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమాలు ఆహుతులను అలరించనున్నాయి. ఆటలు పాటలతో సినీ తారలు, బుల్లితెర నటీనటులు, జానపద కళాకారులు అందరికీ ఇదే మా సాదర ఆహ్వానం. ఫర్ మోర్ డీటెయిల్స్ ప్లీజ్ విజిట్ www.tdaconvention.org.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. 220